What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki with another Chris Watts video of the affair timeline from start of first date, first look, first unfortunate ugly giggle, and up to the demise and unfortunate murders that Chris Watts committed of his beautiful family to try to be with Nichol Kessinger. And with the help of Crime Catalyst, we're going to do just that and watch this video. But before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel by hitting that white bar icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so very much for that love and support that you guys continuously show on this channel. I can't thank you guys enough. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll continue to keep growing. Like I say on every single video, make sure you guys are going to this channel, or this Crime Catalyst. Go over there and subscribe, comment, like, and share. This lady is so close to 7K. Go over there, give her some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. Watch her old stuff, watch her new stuff. I've definitely watched my fair share of her videos and definitely enjoy her side and her view on this Chris Watts case. So, with that being said, let's get into the video.
What do you think? What's the catalyst for this event?
I find it really hard to believe that I am the catalyst. I am the catalyst.
Oh, it's hard for you to believe that you're the catalyst? Okay.
For all of this. I try to be like, why? I try to come up.
They're going to dwell on it though. They're going to try to use that as his why. I don't think it's his why. I really don't.
I think to myself, if I wasn't in that man's life, would his family still be alive?
Yes.
I think they might be alive, but not permanently. I do not.
I wholeheartedly believe that if it wasn't for NK infiltrating this marriage, it would have gone a different way. It could have gone in divorce, separation on their own. But she manipulated, she drove a wedge, she completely destroyed their marriage. Yes, Chris was the main squeeze, but Nichol is not no saint. This woman was the big reason as well.
I think that this man just snapped. I don't think that he just met some fucking amazing woman and he was just gonna try to fucking murder his family and then think that I was okay.
Did she say amazing woman? She's giving herself props. Are you kidding me? I don't believe that he met this amazing woman. You're saying yourself? Are you patting yourself on the back? You scumbag.
Okay with this is just my opinion, but I'm pretty convinced that that woman and him did not get along very well. I don't know if hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt over and over and over again are enough to lead a man to want to take somebody out. I try to
They were not $100,000 in debt. They were roughly $70,000 in debt. I've heard of way worse. But do they kill each other? Or do they kill the family members off? No.
Be like, why? I try to come up with a why, and I really think that it wasn't even about her pregnancy or another man.
She won't accept it.
I have a feeling it was about the money, and I would never justify what he did. I think it's fucking disgusting. It's he's such a fucking pig, but
She's the pig.
In part 1, we talked about Nichol Kessinger before Chris Watts.
There was a time before. Oh, it's me! With the help of a channel called Crime Catalyst, what I'd like you guys to do is subscribe to this lovely woman. She's spent thousands of hours on her stuff, and we want to give her some love. Go give her some love, guys!
We talked a little bit about her childhood, her troubled teenage years, and her criminal record. And I wanted to say thank you to Plunder.
Another great
channel. She saw my video and went and found the video that I was talking about.
Just watching another YouTuber. Her name is Crime Catalyst, and I'm just watching it, and I heard her mention that she remembered when I went through and looked up and requested, FOIA'd, all this stuff to get Nichol Kessinger's history. So I thought, let me go find those videos. Thank God I found 2 of them. Watch these, voice only coming up, but you'll see at least all the records on the screen as Crime Catalyst was searching for. Thanks for inspiring me to do this, so the history won't be lost.
She reposted the video.
So how hard is it for YouTubers to work together? How hard is it?
For all of us to watch, which I know is greatly appreciated by everyone. We've talked about her career, her work in the oil industry, and I read you guys an email where someone reached out to me claiming to have worked with her. and we ended it with her beginning her job at Anadarko. Now we're going to get into the start of her relationship with Chris Watts and the progression of the affair that ultimately played a role in the loss of these 4 beautiful people.
That's why we do this.
With that being said, let's get into part 2, Nichol Kessinger, the affair.
One lie is enough to question all the truth.
According to Nichol
quote.
Kessinger, she met Chris Watts in June, possibly May.
I think I met him sometime in June, probably early June.
Lying,
Might have been May.
sack
It was
of
just
crap.
talking at work. It was pretty casual.
She claims to have been sitting in her office when in walks Chris Watts.
Her edits are really good though.
Let's listen to how these two describe their first initial meeting.
My sweet empanada. AI generated.
I think I met him sometime
Wow.
in June, probably early June. It might have been May. It was just talking at work. It was pretty casual.
So it was probably around June 1st or something. That's when I first met her.
Creepy.
And I'd seen him before. Like they meet in the lunchroom, and that's where I go put my lunch in the fridge. So I'd seen him, but I didn't ever like talk to him.
When I went from a rover to a field coordinator, like I would spend more time in the morning time in the office trying to get everything like situated where we're going to go, everything like that. You know, if I was a rover, I'd be more out in the field instead of like going to the office like for more than an hour.
That's kind of scary. Looks like
It just
PewDiePie.
gave me more time to run into her, pretty much. Yeah.
And we were having some pretty serious like equipment issues, and we had numerous amounts of people coming in my office one day, and he happened to be one of them.
It was just like a work conversation. I actually messed with the gas meters that we're out in the field, and I was messing up, and then I took it to her like, hey, what's going on with this? Like, how do I fix it?
So that day we just started
That one
talking.
looks more
After
like
that,
it.
we
Oh,
just
gosh.
ran into each other a few times in the office, and
And then every time I saw him in the hallway after that, he didn't have a wedding
This looks like Nicole.
ring on his finger.
like, I didn't wear a ring to work because like I something else would get refitted when I lost on the way. So
And it was always hit or miss. Like it wasn't an everyday thing.
did you think something like that? I just thought it was just flirting. I didn't think it was actually like something that would actually
It was just when I saw him, we just started talking, and we just kind of had a lot in common.
So when you guys were meeting, it was just kind of very initiatory, like flirting at first? Okay. From both sides?
Yeah, it was just kind of like feeling each other out. Just kind of like I don't think.
Now you know that while these two are just randomly running into each other in the hallways, the co-workers are seeing it.
Do you guys think that they met at Anadarko, or did the rumors become valid that they met at a gym instead and way sooner? Because again, like we said before, that Nichol Kessinger was Googling Shanann, Googling Chris. There's rumors too that she was possibly looking into Thrive because she is very athletic. She keeps herself very tranquil with her meditations and her unfortunate gross S word stuff. But do you think they met way sooner, or do you think they met in June like she said? I don't say June. I think it's the last June because she was Googling them in 2017 than the 2018 that they spoke of.
Here's this shy guy who hardly speaks and happens to be married, and he suddenly starts striking up conversations with this girl working in the office. You know they noticed. I'm sure it was very obvious to them what was going on.
And then just hit it off, so we'd always have, pretty good conversations.
I think it was probably the 4th time meeting. She had asked me because like when we were talking back and forth,
And then one day he told me that he had 2 kids.
I would say, like we moved here, Colorado, or from North Carolina, and stuff like that. And then she's like, "What's all this weed stuff?" You I took out my phone, showed her a picture, like my girl's on the phone. She's like, "Oh, okay." Like, so, like, yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
She's full of
Kessinger
crap.
tries to act like she didn't know that Chris was married and had a whole family. But we all know that that's not true.
That's a lie.
We know that police knew who Chris Watts was because she Googled him in August of 2017. Then
I don't
in
lie.
January of 2018,
Ain't no typo.
she Googled Shanann Watts. Kessinger, of course, tried to cover this up by deleting her internet searches. There was some confusion about this because a records supervisor stated that the Google searches were a typo, but District Attorney Michael Rorick clarified and said that the report actually reflects what was shown on the forensic analysis of Nichol Kessinger's phone. What's really frustrating is that when he was asked if they questioned Kessinger about the data, he stated, "The answer to your question is no. Nichol Kessinger told us that she met and started the relationship with the defendant in 2018. So where that anomaly in the data comes from, I can't answer it for you. I don't know the answer to it. I just can't understand why he's so annoyed about people believing Nichol Kessinger was involved, like he expressed on his wife's podcast, after he admitted that he didn't have the answers to a lot of the questions that we all have surrounding Nichol Kessinger.
Why?
You're telling me that someone who Googled both Chris and Shanann
Say it, girl.
months and even up to a year before this all happened,
It's
didn't
not.
know who they were, didn't know that Chris was married and had a family, and that there wasn't some sort of plan behind it,
This girl's talking.
that she didn't plan this out? You'll never convince me of that. That woman got involved with Chris, fully knowing exactly what she was walking into. Anyone from the outside looking in would have seen a happy couple,
But then people
a
believe
happy
that she's
family,
innocent.
a marriage, beautiful children. This appeared to be a happy home before Nichol Kessinger came along.
You start a relationship being the other woman. You will never be the only woman. Great quote. Ooh, did she say that? Because that was a good quote.
And then he told me that those two were in the process of a separation.
Why?
Did he mention the children's name or his significant other's name?
I didn't know his significant other's name for a while. And then I think he told me his kids' names pretty quick.
You'll notice that while NK tells her version of first interacting with Chris, she says multiple times that Chris told her that him and his wife were getting separated. She claims he told her that right away. But in Chris's version, he never says that. Never does he say that he told her that they were getting separated. That's what Nikki wants the agent to believe. But he actually tries to get her to be more specific and tell him exactly when Chris told her that him and his wife were getting a separation.
Exactly.
I think he told me his kids' names pretty quick.
Why did he tell you that he was getting a divorce? Was that within the first couple of weeks?
This is a perfect depiction of NK. The comparison is uncanny.
Weeks that you knew him, or was that later on? You said you met him around May or June.
Yeah, it was still in June.
Okay.
It would have been before Father's Day.
What did she know about you? Did she know you were married first?
This is a match made
She
in heaven
did.
right there.
Once I showed her the pictures on the phone, like the home screen picture.
So was your wife in that picture, or was it just your girl?
It was just my girls right there, but my wife was the lock screen.
Oh,
So she knew I was married with my kids.
Yeah.
are you aware that she said she didn't know you were married?
Yeah,
What did you think about that?
I figured it was like just trying to save face, trying to just trying to.
I think with time, I think Chris will say something more about NK, but he's starting to begin to freak out and know now that he's not going to be able to get out, that he's stuck, that he's tried and exhausted everything he can to try to get out of the prison, and now he cannot get there. He's going to start freaking out. He's going to start wanting to get the press in there to get eyes on him again. It's just going to be a matter of time until he squeals.
And something my sister said, it was like just trying to keep things together.
Yeah.
Just trying to, she phrased it a different way, but just kind of like just like ground control, just trying to control everything that's going on around her.
So had you guys ever gone out on any kind of
No.
date at that time? You just
No,
were...
no. I don't know. One day he told me that he had kids and started talking about his kids and then mentioned, yes, that I have a wife.
So after that, she left me alone for a couple days.
The fact that he showed her pictures of his wife and kids on his phone,
And then she said
and
she
then
doesn't
she
know.
decided to leave him alone after that for a few days, shows that she knew what she was doing was
Any person that knew of this marriage, that knew of everything that was going on, and you see and you're shown that a picture that, yeah, he's got kids, yeah, he's got a wife, and yet your first thought is, I'm gonna take this man. No, a righteous person, a human being, somebody that actually knows morals, would have turned around and walked away. What did she do? She wanted to challenge it and get this woman, or get this man for herself.
wrong. She had a few days to think on it, and she still decided to pursue him.
So after that, she left me alone for a couple days. She left me alone for a couple days. She left me alone for a couple days.
Did he ask you out at that time?
No, he didn't. I think he was probably interested in me. And so he talked to me a couple times via his work phone, and I was like, no. Like, it was...
So let's take a look
What
at the
a
very
crock of
first
crap.
email that allegedly started it all. Nikki sends an email not just to Chris, but to his entire team. She's basically just letting them know that she has fixed an issue that they were having with an app. Chris, who was probably the only one who responded, said, "Thanks, Nikki. Have a great rest of your day." The next batch of emails is from a week later on June 12th.
I think what happened is back in 2017, made it look like, hey, this is the first time we talk. No, back in 2017 till now, they did these emails as a fib, but to show that the actual time that they knew was shorter. They didn't want them to know that they've been doing this for a long time. She would go out, do her business. He would hide it. She would go on her trips and so forth. He could have been doing this when he was going to the gym.
Where Kessinger wrote Watts one sentence. She said, "Thank you for being honest. Truthfulness is so underrated in our culture." Watts' reply seems haunting in hindsight, considering that their entire relationship was built on lies. Chris says, "I'm a straightforward guy. Lying just complicates things." He calls Kessinger stunning and an amazing person.
And an empanada.
Their email exchange on June 12th got more personal as the day went on, with Kessinger admitting she enjoys talking to Watts and that he makes her feel understood. Nikki says, "I'm looking for someone to build a beautiful life with. Seems so simple, but it's so unrealistic sometimes. Build something similar to what you have done with your wife
All these sentences are so staged, it's not even funny.
and those cute little girls.
They could have been writing these together.
I do believe in karma, so out of respect for myself, you, and your family, I think it's best if we keep that friendship at work." Kessinger
Made it
ended the
look like
email
they
on a
had
note
nothing.
confirming the mutual confidentiality of their communications. In response, Watts proclaimed his own karmic beliefs while assuring her that any conversation they had would stay between them. He says, "No need to worry there." Then he gives her his cell phone number in case she needs to get a hold of him in the field.
Good quotes.
So had you guys ever gone out on any kind of
No.
date at that time? You just
No,
were...
no.
We called each other before I left to go to San Diego.
Oh, okay.
They always contradicted each other.
conversing at work?
Yeah, that's all it was.
She was talking about meeting up after we got back from San Diego.
And then,
Yeah, San Diego from the 22nd to the 26th of June.
I still think longer.
no. Like, it was still very, like, friendly conversation. But then when I realized, like,
She makes it sound like a cat and mouse where she's or not the cat. I wouldn't say cat and mouse. Yeah, that she's the cat, and then Chris would be the one that's like antagonizing her, like, come on, kind of thing. And she's just like, I didn't do that. Chris is like, oh, no, we did.
This man is interested in me. I'm interested in him. This is personal. So we got away from the Anadarko thing. We just like took it to his phone because I just felt it was like better that way.
And so, texts and calls?
More near the end of June.
I don't know. We started hanging out.
And she texted me outside the field.
Most of Kessinger's texts are missing. But they did get some.
And we just continued to talk, and then
And then after that, we just kept texting back and forth. And it was just, just like she used to work in a little rig out in North Dakota, I think. And we just kind of sharing the stories back and forth about what we did and everything. And then
This relationship moved at lightning speed. I seriously have the best kids ever. I'm so excited. Yeah. She saw all this.
one day it just kind of went to a different level. And then I never thought it would ever go to that level. But
Chris texts Nichol on the exact same day that his wife Shanann left to go to North Carolina. He promises her that he's all about loyalty and truthfulness and that he doesn't like playing games unless it's role playing. And he also says, if you want me there, I'll be there. 2 days later, he says, I'm still going to see you. It won't be as often as we like, but I will make it happen. You think you're the only one addicted right now? I'm so hooked on you. I'm so hooked on you? What in the actual is going on here? These two each other, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Shanann has just barely had enough time to make it to her mom and dad's house in North Carolina before these two are apparently addicted to each other.
My sweet empanada.
Here Shanann is visiting with her family, letting them get to know their grandkids, growing her business, taking care of her 2 little girls, while also growing another human being. While her husband is back at home continuing his affair with his mistress.
Cheating on a good person is like throwing away a diamond and picking up a rock. Amen.
June 29th at 8:12 p.m., Chris says, sleeping without your warm body next to me isn't going to be fun tonight.
one day it just kind of went to a different level. And then I never thought it would ever go to that level. But
we hung out. We went to a park. Hung out at a park.
And we met up after we got back. And
How did you guys meet up?
at a park in Thornton. Thornton somewhere.
Where's the park?
It's like down the street from my house. It's called East Lake Number 3.
Your house
Yes.
in Northglenn?
Yes.
And
This is Nichol Kessinger's house.
Was. She doesn't live there anymore.
12255 Claude Court, unit number 612. It's actually an apartment complex.
Nikki's hot
And
spot.
this is the park that her and Chris met up at for the first time. East Lake Number 3 Park and Nature Preserve.
I never knew that.
that was in the June timeframe.
Yeah, like the beginning of July. It was like right around my birthday. It's like so sometime at the very end of June or the beginning of July.
Okay. And that's the first meeting you had outside of work?
Yeah.
The basic conversation for a first date?
I mean, we kept it pretty simple, I guess, you know. I don't even remember everything we talked about. We
Sure.
were there for a few hours.
And after that, we just kept seeing each other pretty much the whole month of July.
Let's take a look at their text messages at the end of June and into July. On June 30th, Kessinger suggests that they could take a road trip to the mountains of southern Colorado
Where
for
they
a day or
apparently
two.
were found
And she
naked.
says it won't cost
Or
a
seen
dime.
naked
And this
once.
is exactly the type of date that you would plan with a married man, anywhere away from the public. It's pretty obvious that some texts are missing because some texts seem to just come out of nowhere, like this one where she's obviously gotten some advice from a friend who probably told her that this was not a good idea. And she says, "It won't bother me. I'm not going to stop seeing you. I made up my mind." Then she says, "Are we bad people?"
She
Yes.
knew.
Yes, you are. Chris says, "I'd love to be a part of it. Being in your life is something I crave."
Day before. I thought her birthday was on the 4th of July. Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Chris Watts gives Nichol Kessinger this card. "A year of stuff you love to do and brand new dreams to make come true. One that brings you smiles and laughter and fills your heart with love long after. A million moments day by day that simply take your breath away. Have a birthday as wonderful as you are." This sums up you. Big things will happen this year. Dreams will come true. That smile, that stare, that laugh, that giggle gets me every time. You are truly an amazing, inspirational, and electric woman that takes my breath away every time I see you. You are wonderful. Don't ever stop being you. Happy birthday, Chris. And then at the top of the page she put, "Your energy is so insane. You heat me up, you make me melt, and then you cool me down like rain." Which I'm pretty
Whoa,
sure
it's from a
is
movie.
song lyrics.
I hate
So
that
let's do
giggle.
a little bit of a recap. By June 1st, they meet. June 5th, they begin emailing. On June 14th, Chris enters her contact information into his phone. On June 27th, they begin texting. And then sometime there at the end of June, early July, they have their first meetup at the park. And they talk like a couple that's been together for 6 months or longer. How did this happen in such a short amount of time? Did Cupid fall out of the sky and shoot them with one of his arrows?
Gross.
No, this wasn't the work of Cupid. Agent Tammy Lee believed that Chris had been bitten by the love
What
bug.
was going on with Nikki? It was new. It was new.
Right. Absolutely.
Anything that's new always feels better than the old.
Yes.
You were probably bitten by the love bug.
Yeah,
It's not a lot of therapy.
unfortunately. Yeah, it was just like,
Hello! This here is my love bug. My love bug. Here to give a little hug. Technically an arachnid, but the fact is, his love is just as snug, and that love is contagious. It may just fill your house full of love, 'cause this here's a love bug. The love bug. Come and give him a hug.
Lug bug is a virus.
Can I ask kind of a tough question? Did you love her?
I felt like it was true.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it was the same for her. Okay.
Wonder if they ever would go and
Tell us about the time
talk
spent.
to him again. First dates.
Chris and Nikki's first date was kind of interesting in comparison to Chris and Shanann's first date.
Yeah, it was like, when we first met, like, was at a movie theater. My
was so much
cousin's
better
ex-wife
than
set us
Nicole.
up.
You were dressed like shit, weren't you?
I didn't.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, I didn't know like that. They were
Have any games?
So she was fancy. She was in like shorts and tennis shoes or something, right?
I should know the doorman. Was in a suit. I was just like, this isn't good. Like when you're at the theater.
There's a fancy theater, right?
It was in Charlotte. It was called the Epicenter. And apparently, they give you like champagne and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, this is a fancy date night theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he came like he was going to a
Like I was
Cinemax, like
I was going to a
like AMC.
White theater?
No, it was like you most watch the normal movie, but like you can like drink champagne and like have like Jack and Coke inside the theater and just sit there and whatever. But yeah, like I was like persistent trying.
That was when
to
she
some
built
kind
her
of-
first
like her.
house.
And, even on the first day, like I couldn't even eat anything. Really, I was just like,
Just so nervous?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. She was just like chowing down. And she was like, you eat like a bird. I'm like, it's not like this. And she talked to my parents
Her
like
eyes were
months later. She's like, this guy just never ate.
Like-
Like this guy eats like a trash disposal. This trash disposal. I was like, no, that was not around me. I was like, well,
Then you look at
nervous.
Nichols, you're like,
I was just like, I was always like
ew.
shaking and everything. But yeah, I was always pursuing her, and then just like finally, I grew onto her. Like I even went to her colonoscopy, and she said after that she knew I was like kind of a keeper. But yeah, it was. I mean, it felt like it was a great relationship. Everything was great.
Now you're talking about with Kessinger?
No, with talking about Shen, and like the first year, you know, like my parents never. Oh no.
Both first dates were to a movie theater.
You know, the first time we went out, it was to a movie over at the Orchard, about the 144th over there, and you know, I asked her like, "Hey, you want to go see this movie?" And like, she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And we got there, it was sold out, and you know, normally you probably just have just wait 2 hours, like just go home, but now she just wanted to walk around and just talk. I'm like, okay, oh wow. So that was different, and you know, I think.
So basically, his date with Shanann was more classy. And then his date with Nichol Kessinger was
like when you take
less
your
than classy.
Kids Chuck E.
I'm
Cheese.
trying to be nice, y'all. It seems like this date he thought he was getting with Shanann turned out to be way nicer, fancier, if you will. And then, as it turned out, this less than, more basic date is what he actually got with Nichol Kessinger. There's got to be some kind of symbolism going on there.
Why did I let that keep going?
No. Yeah, I don't know why. It was like a roller coaster ride that I just
thinking.
kept punching it, take it off, and just never picked it up. Yeah.
So then, and I know it's hard to keep bouncing back and forth, but would you say that in your relationships with women, it seems to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, it seems to me like you're attracted maybe a more dominant personality?
It seemed like it because I've been more of the just reserved. I mean, I just kind of like go with the flow type. Yeah. And like
you're the submissive.
Made all the decisions. Seemed like so.
I get that. I'm the same. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't think that's right with you, but.
The agents spend quite a bit of time asking Chris to compare his relationships with both women. They seem to want to believe that he wasn't happy in his marriage with Shanann. Normally, I would say you shouldn't compare people like that. It's just never a good idea. But it's a struggle.
See, I'll tell you right now, between these two and these beautiful dresses that they have on, the dress is beautiful, but on one person is it fantastic. Nichol, no. Look at how radiant Shanann is. And he had this, Chris did, and he lost it. For the one on the left. I'd rather pick the one on the right. I'm telling you right now. Just saying.
To make it make sense. And it's hard to not compare them because you just can't understand what the heck he was thinking. But I guess not everybody agrees. Someone made this post. What happened to Shanann Watts and her family was wrong and disgusting. Shanann bankrupted the family twice, did nothing around the house, and treated him like dirt. He should have divorced her instead for the sexier, more successful Nichol Kessinger. I don't believe that. I don't believe that Shanann was as controlling as people have made her out to be. She was just a go-getter. She was determined to be successful. I loved her energy. Someone said, sounds like you're just trying to make people angry. Which is true because the post did get a lot of eye rolls. A lot of people believed that this was Nichol who made the post. It makes me angry to see people talking about Shanann like this.
Makes me very
because I see a woman who was trying really hard to make a good life for her and her family. And if Shanann wasn't a good person, she wouldn't have had friends all over the world who loved and adored her.
She had so many friends. She didn't deserve it.
It's like, was someone Nikki felt different? I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just like you said, like, you know, I was more in control, and like it was more of like maybe more of me coming out.
No.
Yeah, he's puppet.
I think she wanted Chris to believe that he was in control, but she was the one in control the entire time. This was straight manipulation.
I know, like when I was with Nikki, it was, you know, different. Like I wasn't even like in the realm of I'm a dad, I'm a husband type thing.
Oh.
And then like I was saying, when I'm never at home, like sleeping in my own bed, like I have no like concept of that anymore.
I think this was a part of Nikki's plan. She wanted to erase all remnants of Chris's life as a husband and a father.
She wanted to have him start all over. New apartments.
She wanted to go to the car museum, Shelby Museum in Boulder. I've never been there. And
That's right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was just like, that was awesome, just to walk around cars for like an hour or so. And then, drag race in Vandermeer.
Okay.
And I haven't been to a drag race since 2008. And that was in Charlotte.
Okay.
Like, that was the main drag strip over there. And it's like the NHRA, the Top Fuel, and fun car stuff. Like, me and my dad used to grow up.
Yeah.
Go there like all the time.
And then Nicole
like,
did Shanann did the same thing.
in
Metallica.
Sand Dunes National Park.
And all
And
these
I'd never been camping. I always wanted to do it. Thought it was, she'd done it like countless times.
But she's a completely new type of person and relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you thinking this whole time? Like,
in the back of my head, I was telling myself, "What are you doing?" Like, every time, I open up my phone, I can see pictures like of my wife and my kids, and it's like, what am I doing?
Murder.
And then, like, every time I was with her, it seemed like didn't think. It seemed like it was like a blinder that was on my face.
Oh.
One thing that I'm not sure Nichol Kessinger factored into her plan was Shanann's love for her husband and her drive to fight for her family.
I will continue fighting for my children, for my husband, for myself, and nobody's going to hold me back from my future, my kids' future.
And she was really going to have to pull out the big guns on this one because time's a ticking. Shanann's only going to be gone for a few weeks.
Get the bird.
Get the book.
I want him so much. I can't think about anything else. I don't sleep. He has to leave his wife. He has to leave her now.
Perhaps you might find one better suited.
No, I don't want anyone else. He's all I think about. I want him to want me so much that he can't stand it.
She's got some good at. Again,
Be careful what you wish for.
For another part? Oh, we gotta watch that one. Part 3. So, definitely a great one. Definitely pulled out some good information. Again, the biggest connection, or not connection, but the biggest thing I have a discrepancy with is when she was meeting Chris Watts. Was it 2017 or was it 2018? This does put a whole spin on it, or in depth, because if you know somebody from a shorter time to a longer time, you feel differently. So if they were dating for quite a while, you'd be more up to doing things, as in murdering and changing the lives and so forth of others, but yet it just continues. So make sure you guys comment down below your guys' thoughts. Was it 2017 or 2018 that they had started their rendezvous and so forth? Again, time does change things when you're short or long. So again, could change the whole outlook on this case of being with each other for longer or shorter. Again, comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button on this channel and Crime Catalyst. Give her some love. She is so close to 8K. Definitely love to help her out. And again, keep on doing what you guys are doing. Keep it real, keep it safe. And as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.